Hey guys, welcome back to Real Videos. T-Bone hanging out here with the fellas, some of the pioneers of Christian music. And you know what, I want to get into, we talked a little bit about your personal lives and what you guys are like just off the road and in your own homes. The thing that I want to talk about now is this project that you guys have. First of all, tell me the name of the project, and it's available also, if you guys want to check it out, it's available on 8-Track, I just found out, right? Tell me a little bit about the name of the project.
It's called The Beginnings Concert. You could get it at thebeginningsconcert.com. Okay. Right now we haven't got it out in stores yet. We're still just shopping for distribution.
And it's actually 2 DVDs and 2 CDs, right? Yeah. Now tell me, what was it like working on that project, and why do it now? What was the whole purpose behind doing this, and why God laid it on your hearts to do it?
Well, I think people have been talking about it for a while because it was a revolutionary time in the early 70s, late 60s, beginning with Larry Norman and then all of us coming along. Yeah. But it ignited a generation, and some of the songs on this project are the songs of our generation, like Dawn's He's Alive, and Dallas Holmes' Rise Again, and David Meese's We Are the Reason, The Archers, Jesus Is the Answer, Janet Grind's Covenant Woman. There's just so many great stuff. What happened was, a long time had passed, a lot of people had talked about it, just seemed to be, honestly, a God timing. We didn't realize at the time just what a thrill it was going to be to come back together on stage live with a credible band and singers, and a very enthusiastic audience, and do the songs, although they're updated with the high-tech band and all that. These are the original arrangements of these songs.
Now, let me ask you this. What was it like to get back on stage and redo these songs? I mean, after, obviously, you guys haven't been doing concerts all these years now for a while.
Actually, we have.
Have you still been on the road?
I'm still touring full time.
Oh, wow, okay.
The way the world works, brother, is if you are part of the machine, then the machine gets your name out there, and people know, okay, he's doing something here, he's doing something here, he's got the new album here, he's got the new album here. But once you get kind of shoved out the back door, even though you're still doing it, nobody hears about it.
That's true.
And we've been doing it every weekend, you know, all the time for the last 40 years.
That's amazing. So you guys have never stopped touring, never stopped?
We've been called by God to do this. You don't stop because some company gets a bad attitude.
That's right, baby, that's right. That's real. Now, let me ask you, what was it like to be on stage? What was it like to be on stage with all the guys that you guys, I mean, obviously you guys were fans of each other's moves. What was it like to get on stage with all these pioneers and just that moment? Now, that doesn't happen every weekend.
What was that was electric. It was incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, because these were a lot of the people on the program. I mean, we got, was it 10 artists in the program? I mean, and a lot of these people I'd never really had any personal time with, you know, so a lot of them I only knew them from their CDs, but like they were like huge in my walk and huge records, you know. And they came from a time when everything in Christian music was either like Southern Gospel Quartet music or as hymns. And then all of a sudden you got these people suddenly singing rock and roll. And to see these people now, today, performing them and jamming on stage, you know, it was amazing.
Now, real quick, give the website one more time before we go, where they can go get information on what you guys are doing, where you're touring, and what's going on.
It's thebeginningsconcert.com, isn't it?
Yeah,
www.thebeginningsconcert.com.
All right, guys. Well, hey, stay tuned. We're talking about how T-Bone, my music, has influenced these guys throughout the years, so don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after this. Brother. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Videos. T-Bone here hanging out with a lot of the guys, pioneers from Christian music. They've got a great CD that's getting ready to come out. And I want to talk about this. There's so many artists. I know at my concerts, I'm sure you get kids that always say, man, how do I get into the business? What can I do? What advice would you give for artists that are saying, well, how do I do this? I know you guys have been through a lot of ups and downs. You know, you guys have made good decisions, bad decisions. And also, if there's something that you could have changed, something that you wish that you could have done maybe better in certain decisions, what would you have done?
Well, the world says, you know, you can be a star or American Idol or things like that, and it says follow your dreams. But I would say to seek the Lord with all your heart, and He'll give you the desires of your heart. And if you have a gift, He's placed it there, and you give it to Him, and He'll anoint it, and then go after it, but stay rooted and stay grounded. And I'll let them...
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, everything happens in God's timing. To me, one of the most important things is to realize that perseverance pays, and that it's and that many times you think things should happen before they happen, and it causes many people in that process of getting to where God wants you to be, they give up because it doesn't happen when they think it should. But you got to live according to God's agenda, and to find your place in Him. because once you find that, then you'll find out where you need to be and where you're going to be happiest. So you don't want to give up right before your miracle.
You got to ask yourself, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And I think Don would say that. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And if you don't want to, you know, share the gospel, then why be a Christian
That's
artist?
right, exactly.
You know, being famous and a Christian is those two different things. And
almost an oxymoron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nothing wrong with, we cherish our memories.
Right.
We've had huge lives, and some of us are Grammy winners and Dove winners, and Steve and I had the opportunity with the orchestra to sing for the President of the United States. I mean, you can't beat that kind of stuff, you know. But we're humbled by that.
Yeah.
And maybe at the time we weren't, but God will get you there. But don't give up,
He'll
like
humble
David said.
you.
Don't
Yeah.
give up. And
That's awesome.
just trust God, man. And you know, just don't let the world, you know, turn your mind around.
Yes.
You know, for God so loved the world, He gave, man. And if you give, He'll lift you up.
That's amazing. You have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'll just sum it up, because whenever people ask me to sign my name, I sign it with Psalm 37:4, which is what Steve said. It's delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. A lot of people, you know, work your fingers to the bone. What do you get? Bony fingers. That's right. You know, but delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart.
Hey guys, welcome back to Real Videos. Guys, first of all, I just want to say it has been a blast having you guys on the show. Amen. And you know what, man, thank you guys so much for coming by. And it's tradition here on Real Videos. We don't just like to leave people with, you know, we have so many artists and we're always talking about the music and everything they're doing, but obviously we all do what we do for one reason, and that's to point people toward Christ. I want you just, whatever the Lord puts on your heart, just to look at that camera right now and just share whatever God has placed on your heart for this generation and for the kids that are out there watching.
I just felt like the Lord kind of wanted me to cut to the chase, you know. Jesus, when he just cut it all down, He said, it all comes down to love God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And truth is, man, there's a whole lot of church stuff that'll tweak you up and make you crazy, but keep your eyes focused. Walk away from it if that's what you have to do. Keep your Christian friends. Those are the ones that are really important. Jesus said, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name. And so don't get worried with all the, you know, stuff going around, you know, about what church or this church is doing that, or somebody's doing that at the church, or somebody got caught in the church doing that. No. Focus on loving your Lord, and focus on loving your brother and your sister, and everything's going to be great.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Guys, we want to thank you so much for being here. And once again, thank you guys. And once again, that website that they can go to check out everything you guys are working on is?
TheBeginningsConcert.com.
That's awesome. Well, hey, guys, on behalf of all the fellas here, all the pioneers, we want to say thank you for watching. We will see you next time right here on the world's most incredible show, where we play nothing but the hottest videos, whether they were on 8-track, whether they were on tape, whether they were on CD, or if they were on vinyl. Y'all know what it is. Celebrating almost 25 years, and he was there since the beginning. Keep it locked, y'all. This is Real Videos. God bless y'all.